You could try to do internet sales yourself. You could try to do CRM yourself, and good luck with that. There's a reason why 80% of all BDCs are broken or not profitable. There's a reason why 92% of all CRMs are not set up correctly.
America is supposed to be the land of opportunity, right? But what happens is we end up having to slide that opportunity somewhere else when folk don't want to act right.
Show like a little bit of a role play so they could hear.
Go ahead and give me a call. I'll be your customer. Hey, what's happening, everyone? This is L.A. Williams, Vice President with Dealer Synergy and the Blind Phone Master and one of the co-creators of the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast. And listen, today I brought the whole crew. You know what I'm saying? So before I introduce them to you, I gotta give the host with the most the microphone for just 2.5 seconds. Mr. Sean V. Bradley, you in the building?
Yeah, this is SVB, and the place to be is the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, and I would correct the Blind Master. It's not the whole crew. This is part of the crew. But this is the elite Filipino outsourced BDC crew. LA, what are we going to be talking about today?
Oh man, we're going to have some conversations about, just phone calls, outsourced BDC, what it takes to run that at an extremely high level. I mean, it's about to be fire, y'all. Y'all getting ready to get a sneak peek behind the scenes of what it sounds like.
Let me say this, okay? Here's the difference about outsourced BDC. Okay, folks, you got to understand something. You could do it yourself. Think about all those home improvement stuff from Home Depot, from Lowe's. You could turn around and try to fumble through it and try to do it yourself. That means you could try to do BDC yourself. You could try to do internet sales yourself. You could try to do CRM yourself, and good luck with that. There's a reason why 80% of all BDCs are broken or not profitable. There's a reason why 92% of all CRMs are not set up correctly. Is because y'all are trying to do it yourselves, and you're not the CRM experts. You're not the BDC experts. But what we're going to talk about is how and why outsourced BDC is the movement. Is you should be outsourcing your BDC or internet service. Hell, you should be outsourcing anything that you're not great at. You know what? I have about 3 acres of property at the Bradley compound. And you know what? I don't do my landscaping, not because I'm lazy, because I'm not good at it. I don't know how to do the flower arrangements and stuff like that. You know what else?
Exactly.
When my wife wants a brand new addition, I'm not going to get out my hammer. I'm not going to go to my Lowe's, local Lowe's store and go through the aisles and put stuff together because I'm not an expert at it. Life is too short. I'm going to play my position. I'm going to stick to what I do best. And if you are not good at internet sales, if you're not good at business development or BDC, if you're not good at unsold showroom traffic, if you're not good at service BDC, if you're not good at inbound phone calls, then why are you fumbling through? Why are you wasting money, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of dollars on things that are not working? If it's broke, fix it. The key to, Elliot, what's the definition of insanity? Please tell the people.
Doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
If you keep having a revolving door of BDC rep, internet director, you don't have any BDC reps, you don't have any internet directors. Or here's one I just heard just 5 minutes ago. Hey, my BDC director is pencil whipping me. They want this pay plan, they want that, and I can't even tell if it's real or not. Hey, we sold 200 cars last month, and they're trying to tell me 150 came out of the internet department. Like if they weren't there, the store would only sell 50 cars. If that sounds like you, it sounds like you might need an outsourced BDC in your life. LA, talk to the people. Am I right or wrong here?
No, you're absolutely telling the truth. And so again, I know we've done things somewhat similar, but never with Sean and I and some of our top managers all together here. And so I'm super excited. As soon as we come back from break, y'all, we're going to have a phenomenal conversation. You're not going to want to miss it. So just stay tuned to the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast. We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Podium. Here's a question. How much would your business change if you had one more employee who worked 24/7 to turn every lead, including the ones that come in after hours, into test drives, sales, and more money for your dealership? Meet Jerry, Podium's new AI BDC. Jerry is a lead conversion powerhouse designed to respond instantly to every incoming lead to answer questions accurately, keep leads warm, and schedule test drives all without direct human supervision. And the best part? With a seamless handoff to staff on the sales floor, customers will never know they were interacting with an AI to begin with. See how Podium's AI BDC can help you sell more cars by visiting podium.com/MCS. That's podium.com/MCS, or click on the link in the show notes below.
This has been the most in-depth training I've had in my lot of years in the car business.
We went from 60 cars to 156 cars a month in 3 months.
NAMAD, the entire Toyota Chicago region, as well as the top automotive groups like Coons, Lithia, and Norm Reeves have all used Bradley On Demand to train their team.
They're the most comprehensive training company I've seen, and they by far have the best support system.
Doing 50 cars a month, topped out at 80. I can tell you that the Bradley On-Demand training will get you to the next level.
And guess what? The world's #1 car salesman, Cody Carter, shares his exclusive strategies right here. You want his secrets? You gotta have Bradley On Demand. If you're still not enrolled in Bradley On Demand, you're missing out on the best virtual automotive training in the world. Enroll now or contact us for a free test drive of the platform today.
This is Sean V. Bradley and L.A. Williams, and this is the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, and we're back. L.A., introduce our esteemed panel of our ninja team from the Philippines.
All right, 100%. Well, before we even do that, I know we got Miss Jenna Blankenbiller, and y'all already know Miss Jenna Blankenbiller, y'all.
Who's she?
Listen, she is a daggone rock star. I don't even know how, you know how they talk about with them long titles and all that. I don't even know her daggone title, right?
I'm going to tell you the title. She is the director of Outsourced BDC and Internet Operations. Or you can reverse it. She's the director of Internet Operations and Outsourced BDC.
All that good stuff.
You're always the promoter. I'm going to be the promoter. Jenna Blankenbiller, formerly of Bob Ruth Ford, she is the woman. She is the BDC queen that helped Dealer Synergy and Bob Ruth Ford go from 75 units a month to 395 units last month. March 2025, they sold 300. Is it 395 units or is it 200?
That's what it is. Nope, 395, man.
395. Oh my God, almost 400 cars out of their BDC from 75 cars. That is what, almost 5 times. So Jenna, is that true? Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's absolutely accurate, 100%.
Well, girl, that you have done what less than 0.01% of the United States has ever done. It is, I dare anybody, find me another dealership that has taken their internet department from 75 units a month for years and years and getting it to 395 units out of the BDC. That is absolutely incredible. How did you do it, Jenna? You do it by yourself?
Absolutely. No, it comes from a team, a great team. I had great in-house reps, and then we had a phenomenal outsourced BDC team that I can't be more thankful for.
And Dealer Synergy training, of course.
Of course.
So, but your outsourced BDC was, you had 11 BDC reps and 9 of them were from the Philippines, correct? They were out of the country.
That is correct, yeah.
So again, can you, Jenna, introduce the 2 other guests we have on the show today, and who are they?
I would like to introduce my favorite, my top performer, one of my first best hires, Miss Gladys.
Thank you so much. Hi again, everyone. My name is Gladys, and yes, I'm your rock star from the Philippines. I have been like an opportunity to work with different roles, starting from a trainer from a BPO call center here in the Philippines, where I actually spent like 4 years working on a telecom account, and after that, I transitioned to a BDC role with Bob Ruth Ford. And yes, my very first mentor was Jenna, so I learned everything from her. And then next to it is, of course, Dealer Synergy team. And I've been genuinely happy being, working great with Dealer Synergy directly, like the energy, the collaboration, and the way everyone support each other. Like, oh my God, it's really something special. And it's been motivating, refreshing, and honestly, it's joy to be part of. And I'm so excited of what we're building together and proud to be this journey with such an amazing family.
So thank you so much, Gladys. Question for you. How many years automotive experience do you have now at this rate between working frontline at the dealership and now at Dealer Synergy? How many years total have you been in automotive industry?
Oh my God, I actually been here with the automotive industry for over 2 years.
Okay, that is strong. Now, question for you. And again, I want you to answer this and I want Jenna to validate this. When you were at Bob Ruth Ford, how many car sales were you directly responsible for every single month?
A minimum of 30 calls, but there are actually some consecutive months that I have 45 or more.
So, Jenna, what she just said is that as a BDC agent in a different country, she was directly responsible for 30 plus and sometimes 40 units a month. Can you validate that and talk about that?
Absolutely. What she is saying is accurate. I'll never forget the month where she hit her first month over 30.
Yeah.
And the best part was that she outperformed some of the in-house reps. A lot of the outsourced team did that was in the Philippines. It was kind of exciting when they did it because this is something that is out of their element that they're not used to typically doing, and to outperform somebody who's in-house, who's involved at the dealership, I just always like to celebrate it even more because it's their success.
So, LA, what is that like for you? You know, because you were the vice president of the company for many, many years. You're a partner in the company. How crazy is it that, we helped develop this outsourced team of 9 BDC agents? Gladys was the top one. And, it wasn't just her. A lot of the agents were hitting 30 plus units every single month. Like legit, they weren't smoking them, they weren't stacking them, they weren't lying. They were legitimately solely because of their efforts. LA, how's that even possible?
Well, what's crazy is I don't think that it's crazy. I think that it is a direct result of good quality training, right? And so that's what happens when you have people who are, if you're going to get the quality training, and then on the other side, you got to have people, willing participants, right? So you got to have willing attendees, pupils, students, whatever you want to call them, right? Because the training can be awesome, but if people are adherent to it, if they're not really accepting it, if they're not using it, if they're not, taking that information and going and putting it into place. I love it when you say, Sean, that, information without application is just plain old education, right? It ain't nothing, right? But when you begin to apply it, right, it can cause transformation. And that's what 75 to 395 is, a straight transformation. So for me, it's not surprising. It's just, this is what's supposed to happen.
So 100%, but there are people that are listening that are probably like, that's impossible. That's crazy. Well, listen, Auto Success Magazine featured Bob Ruth Ford on the cover of the magazine with the dealer principal, Rob Ruth. Rob Ruth has been a keynote speaker with me at the Digital Dealer Conference. Jenna has been a keynote speaker at the Internet Sales 20 Group Conference. Jenna has been a keynote speaker at the Cox Automotive VIN Masterclass. So this is all documented. This is not fiction. This is real. I mean, you could call Rob Ruth, the dealer principal of Bob Ruth Ford, and he'll validate that this is real. These people are here. So again, just because your BDC is only, agents only doing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars, if that, 10 cars, 15 cars, doesn't mean it's not possible. There's also a guy named Cody Carter, one of our clients, one of our partners, that sold 1,432 cars last year and made $1.1 million. Does that make it normal? But he exists. Michael Jordan exists too. So does LeBron James. So does Tom Brady. So does, Dave Chappelle. Whoever is great at their craft, just because you're not at that level doesn't mean they don't exist. But that's why outsourced BDC makes sense. The problem, guys, I think, is that a lot of these outsourced call centers are call centers. They're not training companies. They're not CRM companies. They're not, digital marketing companies. They're not internet sales BDC. They're not desk managers and sales managers. They're just call centers.
That makes so much sense. That's crazy.
Well, you think about it. That's why they suck, is because, and again, Gladys and Ivy, we haven't even announced her yet. We're going to bring her in a couple minutes to the show, probably at the next section. Americans have a negative connotation when they call American Express. Like, as soon as they hear something, you know what I mean? Because it's such a shitty experience. But that's not everywhere. That's like being prejudiced. Oh, I'm going there. You can't turn around and just say one race is this or that. That's not appropriate. You can't assume or be biased because you had a bad experience. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, listen to me. If your outsourced BDC did you dirty, you can't think that every outsourced BDC is just dirty. That's like saying car salesmen are evil, car salesmen are shady, car salesmen are grimy. No, that's not true. There might be a bad automotive professional out there, but there are 10 million more automotive professionals that are awesome. There's good priests out there. I'm going there, guys. There's bad priests out there. There's good police out there. There's bad police out there. There's good car people out there. There's bad car people out there. There's definitely bad and shitty outsourced BDCs. But then you've got amazing one like Jenna has, with our team here. And in addition to them, as you all know, we opened up a 55,000 square foot facility in Belize. So here we've got agents all over the world in multiple countries. Our company's growing because here's what I'm finding is dealers are tired of not having the right people. They're tired of not having the right amount of people. They're tired of people not showing up to work. They're tired of people complaining. They're tired of people wanting instant gratification and making all that money. And they're tired of investing in their people, spending money on training, support, development, and they just leave and go to their competitors. And they're tired of mediocrity. They're tired of internet leads getting burnt through. So this is why we created our outsourced BDC. Jenna, can you share, some of the things that you're the most proud of both when you were at Bob Ruth Ford running your BDC with 9 outsourced BDC agents, and what you're proud of with our current BDC?
I think one of the things I'm most proud of is the interaction we have with each other, the conversations we have to help each other grow. Training, their buy-in with the training, them asking questions, they're always seeking to do better. They're not, they set the bar high for themselves and then they always try to exceed it. It's very nice to work with people who are very open to learning and growing, and that's one of the biggest success. That you have no one that doesn't want to interact with LA and or hey, I don't want to do this today, I want to do that instead. They do what we want them to do to reach top performance, and if they don't hit their goals at the end of the day, they're asking questions to be better the next day. And that's just something that you don't see anymore. A lot of BDCs, you go in, you dial the phone, you have a conversation, what are we doing for lunch? And they're not doing that. They're reaching and calling. They want to talk to that customer. They're trying to hit the goals and expectations we set, but they have set for themselves as well.
So one thing that really blows me away, and this is what you identified to me, is that especially our team in the countries that we're picking, these people are so professional, so kind, so appreciative for the opportunity. So Gladys, can I ask you, to be able to work for our company, Deal with Synergy is a multi-million dollar international company. So for a Filipino to work for a multi-million dollar international company that's been in business for 21 years, is that prestigious? Is that something that you're proud of? Is that something that you want to work hard to keep that opportunity?
Absolutely, 100%. I would definitely love, working with you guys until I'm old. And I'm really, thankful or grateful for all of the opportunities that you have given to me, not just to me, actually, with my fellow Filipinos.
So now, Jenna, can you explain that? Because we're sourcing talent, I feel, and remember, folks, for people that don't know this that are listening, Dealer Synergy for 20 straight years was a recruiting and staffing company. We've hired almost 40,000 automotive professionals in the United States. So I'm not pulling shit out of my ass. Like, I'm telling you from experience, from hiring internet sales reps, BDC reps, internet directors, BDC directors, sales managers, salespeople, technicians, office people. We've done recruiting and staffing. What I find in certain countries, right, like the Philippines that we're utilizing, is that because there's so much more opportunity in our country, these people are more appreciative. They're working harder. They're not lazy. They're not making excuses. They're not trying to, talk on the phone and play on social media. Jenna, both when you were at Bob Ruth Ford and you now running as the director of our outsourced BDC, how professional are the people and how respectful and how hardworking are our team?
They are so professional. They're courteous when they're talking to dealers, customers, even when they talk to ourselves. And Sean, have you had one of your employees peek their head in the office when they're getting ready to leave and say, "Hey, Sean, thank you so much for allowing me to work today"? No, but they do that. I'll never forget the first time they said, "Good night, boss. Have a great night. Thank you so much for allowing me to work for you today and be here." Like, who does that? They do. Like, that was huge for me the first time someone thanked me for allowing them to be here.
So Gladys, can you speak about that for a second? Is what is the opportunity? Because I try to ask the question, but I don't think I asked it the right way. Is what I'm trying to get to our American audience is that I believe that the talent that we're able to pull, they want this more than a lot of, people over here. Is they want it more. They're going to fight for it. They're going to earn it. They want to keep it. Can you explain like that part of it?
Well, I think it's because the Philippines is a popular destination for outsourcing, especially in customer service roles. And that is correct with what have Jenna told you, because Filipinos are actually generally known for being an excellent, and the reputation is built on a combination of traits like such as warmth, politeness, and a strong work ethics. And many Filipinos have great communication skills and are highly adaptable and can easily connect with people from different backgrounds. And our culture, it definitely emphasizes hospitality and respect, which plays a big role in making call interactions smooth and friendly.
That's the word right there, Gladys. You said it, work ethic, right? That's
Work
the
ethic.
challenge, because I'm telling you, here in America, I'm telling you, it's crazy. I'm about to go there, right? Because I've had a gentleman who owned a business. He said, man, I don't want black people working for me. I don't want white people working for me. I want to hire people who are from outside of this country, who aren't used to everything being spoon fed to them and all that old kind of stuff. Somebody who's willing to grit down and grit and grind and bust they behind for an opportunity to win. Right. And listen, I'm telling you, it has some kudos to it. There's something there. Right. And this is the big reason why, again, opportunity. America is supposed to be the land of opportunity. Right. But what happens is we end up having to slide that opportunity somewhere else when folk don't want to act right.
Okay, no, I love that. And let me just say this. Look, we're not saying that you need to replace all your people in any way, shape, or form. Jenna, you had a team of people in the United States in your BDC. You had 3 people in your BDC, and then you had 9 people in the Philippines. So again, I'm not saying you have to outsource everybody. We're just giving you a different option. And let me explain this. Here's the reality. If you are a dealership or a dealer principal or GM, I want you to do is look at your average BDC rep. Look at your average sales rep. What are you paying them? What is the salary? What is the commissions? What are the bonuses? What are the spiffs? What are you paying in payroll tax? What are you paying in payroll tax? What are you paying in benefits, medical, dental, vision? Even if you're only splitting it partially, add that up all together, and I guarantee you the outsource rate is a fraction of what that is. You're getting something that is much, much more cost effective, 1. 2, you're getting somebody that's more motivated, that's hungry, that is more professional, more appreciative, that's going to work their ass off and has a higher work ethic.
Yeah, I mean, you're just telling the truth. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, we kind of talked about it. So what I'd like to do is just, if we could take a quick break. I know we got some bills to pay real quick. And then I know we have another guest here who I'm super proud of just from training with her, right? She's absolutely phenomenal. And the crazy thing is my personal assistant is my executive assistant is the one who referred her. So super excited to bring her back. And you're going to get to hear her as soon as we come back from break, y'all. This is the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast. We'll be right back.
Listen, if you don't have access to Bradley On Demand, you're missing out on crucial information. The top automotive groups like Coons, Lithia, and Norm Reeves have all used Bradley On Demand to train their teams. And guess what? The world's #1 car salesman, Cody Carter, shares his exclusive strategies right here. You want his secrets? You gotta have Bradley On Demand. Stop waiting and start winning. Dominate your market. Click the link and get access now.
Thank you for calling Doing It Wrong Motors. How can I help you?
I was looking at the tan 2023 GMC Terrain. You guys still have that?
Oh, sorry. That vehicle's been sold.
Could this be happening at your dealership? Get the Dealer Synergy team to handle calls the right way. We'll gather all the information, drop it in the CRM, set a solid appointment with notes, so all you have to do is sell. Do yourself a favor and go to dealersynergy.com for a free demo.
And no more of this burning through phone-ups nonsense.
And we're back. Folks, I want to just let you know right now, I am so excited about this because I'm going to let Gladys introduce her top agent right now. Gladys?
Yes, this is our top agent BDC from Outsource dealership team. I have IBM Bag, one of our outperform agent in the live production right now. Go Ivy!
Thank you so much, Gladys. So, just a brief background about me. So, my name is Ivy. Just like Gladys, I used to work in a BPO company handling transportation and logistics account. And it's a business to business company handling supply chain management. And I am very, very thankful to be a part of Dealer Synergy. And I'm actually celebrating my first month today. So, fresh out of
Wow.
production.
Happy first month.
Thank you.
Already doing top numbers.
100%. I want to say something before I go into the next part of the show is this. Right now, you don't have any technology or AI in your voice. So for our audience, this is their natural voice and natural accent. But guess what? There's actually artificial intelligence software that we use that's called accent conversion software. So you could Google it. There's actually accent conversion software, which will actually take any type of, hard sound out. I think they sound perfect. There's a lot of people from Brooklyn and Queens, where I'm from, that have thicker accents than they do, and they're selling tons of cars. But I didn't want to put the AI technology on here for the show. I wanted you to hear them in their natural voice and their natural state. But we actually do have AI technology that allows them to have even less of an accent and sound even more clearer. But now, LA, here's what I want to do. Let's show and prove. I like you to do a role play demonstration with each of the agents. Start with Gladys, and then I want you to go with Ivy. Show like a little bit of a role play so they could hear how they would sound on the phones. Ask them certain situations, objections, rebuttals, whatever. See how they sound. Go.
Yeah, absolutely. Gladys, go ahead and give me a call. I'll be your customer. Hello?
Hello, may I speak with LA?
This is LA. Who's this?
Hey there, LA. This is Gladys calling on behalf of Dealer Synergy Motors. On behalf of the Internet Department, did I catch you at a good time?
Yeah, I got a quick second. What's going on?
Oh, no worries. I won't take too much of your time. I'm actually calling in response to your internet purchase request for a 2022 Ford F-150 Lariat. Is that correct?
Yeah, we were just seeing about getting that because I just need a work truck. So
Absolutely. That's really a great choice for a work truck. And I just wanted to confirm that you were looking at the same truck. Is this the one with Bluetooth capabilities, moonroof leather seats, and the red one?
yeah, because my wife rides with me sometimes, so I still gotta have some luxury.
Awesome. And if I may ask, LA, what would be your second color of choice?
Um, Probably just a simple black or white. Keep it simple.
Awesome, great choices. And I have a great news for you, LA. That truck is definitely available here. And quick question, have you purchased a vehicle online before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, no worries. What were you looking to accomplish by going online?
So Ivy, let me have you give me a call real quick.
Real quick. So before we go to Ivy, Gladys, you've literally done thousands and thousands of sales calls, for multiple dealerships, especially now that you're working in our team with all of our campaigns as a manager. What would you say the typical reality is if you were following up with an internet purchase request when you and any of your team call people? Kind of just share what the experience is like, just in general. When you reach out to somebody, are they receptive to you? Are they, do they treat you any different? Do they even know that you're from the Philippines? Like, talk to us about that.
To be honest, no. Sometimes they will not gonna notice it, or maybe if there's sometimes they will gonna ask me, well, where I'm calling from, especially if I'm using a different phone number. But yeah, they actually treats me better or okay, I would say, and they are really friendly. So most of the time, yes, I'm getting a great call, also with the great flow and with the help of the script, of course.
What are their expectations, your prospects, like in general, in 2025, like right now, we are in April of 2025, and you've taken hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of TOs, and your people have made thousands of calls, etc. What do the agents normally get? So if you call somebody, is that the typical scenario? Is that the flow right there? Is that realistic, or is it different? What do people expect when you call them? What do they ask for? What do they want?
Yeah, some of course, most of the time there are some customers who refuse to provide information, especially over the phone. So we wanted to make sure to gather information, of course, gain trust from the customer. And yeah, so most of the time, there's also adamant about getting the price, getting the trade in a value that we can offer before they can come in.
Okay, and then so how do you handle that? So I don't know if this is Jenna. Jenna, can you explain about the WhatsApp that we've got going on and how that works?
Yeah, so pretty much what they'll do, especially if they have customers that don't want to come in because they want their trade appraised first, or they, want to know if they're approved before coming in because they don't want to waste all that time. That's when we're communicating with these dealerships in the WhatsApp chat, and we're letting them know, hey, just talk to this customer. These would be the next step. Please have someone, TO this deal or reach out. Did you receive the credit application? Say, hey, I got photos, VIN numbers, etc. on the trade. Can someone appraise this and reach out? And then that's setting the assist up for the dealership to take over and sell that vehicle. It's not solely on them to sell the vehicle. We need the help from the dealership as well.
I love it. Okay, LA, I want to hear a role play with Ivy.
Yeah, let's do it. Ivy, hit me with the ring ring. Hello?
Hello, may I please speak at LA?
This is LA. Who is this?
Hi, LA. This is Ivy. I'm calling on behalf of Dollar Synergy and the Internet Department. Did I catch you at a good time?
Yeah, I got a sec. What's up?
LA, I'm calling in response to your internet purchase request for a 2025 Toyota Corolla. Is that correct?
Yeah, we were either taking a look at that or the Camry.
Okay, gotcha. So the Corolla is the one that comes with a pre-collision system and a road sign assist. Is that correct, LA?
Oh, it does have roadside assistance. All right, we were wondering about that.
Okay, perfect. So I have it here that your first color choice is the blue one, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. What would be your second color choice?
Probably just red or white, something simple.
Great. So let me tell you what, LA. I have great news. Those are definitely available. Quick question though. Have you ever purchased a vehicle online before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. What were you looking to accomplish by going online?
Just trying to make it simple. I think every time I go to the dealership, it seems to take forever, and we didn't want that to happen this time.
Oh, not a problem, LA. I can totally understand your concern. And I would like to make this as convenient as possible for you. As a matter of fact, we have online and on-site approval process to save as much time as possible.
Oh, okay. That works.
What else is important to you in deciding where you're going to purchase your next vehicle?
I guess just how much we're going to get for our trade, because we got that car from her mom, and so I know she doesn't want to, get it undervalued.
Great. Totally understand that. So tell me about your vehicle. What's your car, year, make, and model?
It was a 2017 Toyota Camry.
Okay. And how many miles do you have in that vehicle?
I think it's approaching 100,000.
All right. Anything else I need to know about it?
Like I said, I mean, it came from her mom. It was the top of the line when we first got it. But her mom barely drove it, and so we kind of just took over it, and so we want to make sure we're gonna, get a good value.
I understand. And I heard you say that you wanted to get the right trade-in value for your vehicle, right? So tell you what, That's the easiest part of our job. We have expert that analyzes value based off of the year, make, model, trim, level, and accessories in the markets that we're in to determine the absolute best value for your vehicle. So just so I understood you correctly, LA, the two most important things I heard you say is that you wanted to speed things up and make things convenient as possible, and you also want to get the best value out of your trade. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Let me assure you, those are just the most basic things that we do here at Synergy Motors. So with that being said, as a valued customer of Synergy Motors, we have amazing online value package to show your appreciation, and you would be able to get all of those. So how does that sound?
Oh yeah, that's good. I like extra value. Nobody can be mad at extra value.
Okay, so when's the best time for you to come in? Is today or tomorrow better?
Actually, it's early enough today where I can still make it today.
All right, break. I love it. So now here's the thing I'm going to surprise everybody with, okay? Can you please, Jenna, tell everybody how long Ivy's been employed with our company for?
Ivy's been with us 1 month.
Okay, folks, I just did that on purpose. I have 26 and a half years experience doing this. LA's got almost 16 years experience doing this. Jenna's got 12 years experience doing this. Gladys has got 2 years in automotive and I think 4 or 5 years in call center experience. And so, Jenna and Gladys have this huge background in Bob Ruth Ford from 75 to 395 units, but we didn't bring one of our most experienced agents. We didn't bring, one of our agents that's been there for like years and years and years. We brought a woman, Ivy, who's only been employed ever one full month, and she's able to display the process to show you that it's a process. Try to imagine, I've worked with 4,500 rooftops. I work with Toyota manufacturer in the Chicago region and the Portland region. I've done all this stuff. It doesn't matter if it's Toyota, if it's Ford, if it's BMW, if it's Mercedes. It doesn't matter if it's a new car dealer or a used car dealer. It doesn't matter if it's a salesperson, a BDC rep. It doesn't matter if it's in Belize. It doesn't matter if it's Philippines. It's process. It's process. It's process. So now, as we start to wrap this up, I want you to understand, here are the main reasons why most outsourced BDCs suck and why most outsourced BDCs fail. First, what they do is they have multiple people jumping on the account. Now, what we do at Dealer Synergy's Outsourced BDC, you would have one dedicated agent. Again, whether it was Gladys or it's Ivy or it's Jenna, whoever it is, if there's a full-time agent, you're getting a full-time employee. They're working 40 hours a week, 5 days a week, and they're on that campaign. Okay, that means that you have a full-time employee working a full shift and a full schedule, day after day, week after week, month after month. Now, because we don't rotate mad random people over and over again, they get to learn and master your specific dealership's product knowledge. Okay, they get to master their product knowledge and inventory. They get to understand your used car inventory. They get to develop a rapport with your management team, with your sales team, with your BDC team, with your internet director. They get to be an extension of your dealership. These are not indentured servants. These are co-employees. They work for me and they work directly for you. Here's the other thing, is the lack of training. You got to understand that most of these companies are call center companies. They're not training companies. We make it mandatory that our agents have to go through 30 days of training before your campaign goes live. What are they training on? They're training on your product knowledge. They're training on your CRM. They're training on your mission, vision, and values. They're training on your value package proposition, your differentiators, your why buy from me message, what you do in the community, etc. They're training on your chain of command. They're training and immersing in you and yours. Other companies can't do that. They don't have the resources. Remember, I have Bradley On Demand. I have a video on demand training, tracking, testing, certification platform. I've got thousands of dealers on. I give that to my employees. Okay, we fly all over the world. We've got a trip planned for the Philippines coming up. We just did 4 trips to Belize in the last 6 months. We are an international training company. So we're training and training and training and training these agents. Then on top of that, I just mentioned CRM. Most of these outsourced call center agents don't have any CRM experience, and they most likely don't have any CRM experience that you have. So how does that going to work? You're going to hire an outsourced BDC company and they're not experts in CRM? I'm on every major advisory board on CRM, from Vin Solutions, Promax, NCC's Complete CRM. Okay, we're on the advisory board for Dealer Socket, for eLead. We work with Reynolds & Reynolds and DriveCentric and Techion. So we are cross-trained. So these agents, these outsourced agents, are trained and fluent in your CRM. And in addition to that, the gestation. Most of these outsourced BDCs, Jenna, they're only following up fractionally. 2 attempts, 3 attempts, 5 attempts, 10 attempts. We're following up with people a minimum of 30, 60, or 90 days, depending what kind of campaign and depending what type of philosophy you have at the dealership. Jenna, can you tell us, from working both sides at Bob Ruth Ford and here, what is our value package proposition? Why does our outsourced BDC work so well?
I would say it's because they are dedicated to learning your product knowledge, your dealership, your system, and they're dedicated to taking care of your customer base. I would say those are the basic things there of why they do so well.
LA, let's close this episode out, baby.
Absolutely, y'all. Listen, so I always say that you're the average of the 5 people who you spend the most time with. If you're spending time with people who are focused on building value, right? The way that Ivy and Gladys and Jenna are focused on building value, right? You got the things that whatever it is that I bring to the table. You got Mr. Sean V. Bradley. This is what we do. We bring value. You ought to be bringing value also. And so that is the very thing that's going to allow you to become the millionaire car salesman you're meant to be. So go out there and do it. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. If you liked it, you're gonna love Bradley On Demand. Bradley On Demand is the most advanced virtual training, tracking, testing, and certification platform. What does that mean? It's an online university. And if you like this information here, we have hundreds and hundreds of advanced videos, step by step, on how to help you sell more cars more often and more profitably, so sign up now.